Mark. TLS auto sequence has been initiated.
We're at T-minus 9 minutes and counting now. All countdown events are now being controlled by the ground launch sequencer till T-minus 31 seconds, when the countdown will be handed off to Discovery's onboard computers. Over 1 million parameters now are going to be verified in the next 9 minutes. The orbiter test conductor is about to request Houston flight.
Configure fuel cell, essential bus source switches. CLT, that's in work.
Orbiter test conductor about to request Houston flight to send stored program commands that are part of the final update for the orbiter's antenna management and any frequency changes that might be necessary.
Switches are configured. OTC copies.
We're now verifying 11 Spacehab launch commit criteria. Getting ready to retract the crew access arm.
TLS go for orbiter access arm retract.
And the orbiter access arm now being moved away from the access hatch. It can be moved back into position in about 15 seconds should that become necessary. Next milestone is the pre-start of the auxiliary power units in about 50 seconds. T-minus 6 minutes, 30 seconds.
JRPS OTC. JRPS OTC, start APU and hydraulic strip recorders. Copy, recorders are going. PLT OTC, perform APU pre-start.
PLT, APU pre-start.
Pilot Eileen Collins now putting the pre-start in work.
PLT, 3 gray, top X.
OTC copies.
5 minutes is the last point at which we can hold for any length of time. At that point, we'll be starting the auxiliary power units. Standing by to start the auxiliary power units in 10 seconds. That command will be given to pilot Eileen Collins.
TLS go for orbiter AP start. PLT OTC, perform APU start.
PLT, APU start.
And CDR OTC, reconfigure heaters.
In work.
Starting the liquid oxygen drain back, terminating the replenishment of liquid oxygen to the tank now.
And heater reconfig complete.
OTC copy.
Space Shuttle main engine fuel valve heaters are being turned off.
OTC, PLT, 3 good APUs.
OTC copies.
Standing by to start the main engine helium purge sequence. T-minus 4 minutes.
TLS is go for approach sequence 4.
Preparing now to gimbal the main engines of the orbiter and the flight controls. We see now the orbiter's elevon being moved. This is a final check of the flight controls and steering commands. Main engine gimbal coming up here in about 5 seconds. Engines now being steered through their flight profile. Standing by to pressurize the liquid oxygen tank in about 5 seconds.
TLS is go for ET, LO2 pressurization.
Standing by to retract the Cox vent arm, the Cox beanie cap.
TLT OTC, clear caution and warning memory and verify no unexpected errors.
TLT, that's in work and no unexpected errors.
OTC copies.
Cassini's oxygen vent hood now being moved off the top of the tank and retracted to the launch position. Liquid oxygen tank now at flight pressure.
Discovery crew, OTC, close and lock your visors. Initiate O2 flow. Have a good flight. That's in work, and thanks a lot. TLS is go for ET, LH2 pressurization.
Terminating the liquid hydrogen flow to the tank now, pressurizing that tank.
One minute, 30 seconds.
Air is confirmed flowing into the astronauts' helmets. Standing by to turn off the heaters on the solid rocket booster joints. And then we'll have a final check of the booster commands. T-minus 45 seconds. External tank strut heaters are off. Standing by to hand off now to the onboard flight computers. We have a handoff. Discovery's computers now controlling.
5.
Solid rocket booster nozzles being gimbaled. T-minus 18 seconds. Solid rocket boosters armed. Sound suppression water system activated.
10.
T-minus 10 seconds. Go for main engine start.
Engine start.
Main engine's now started. Main engine's up and running. 3, 2, 1, and liftoff of Space Shuttle Discovery on a mission to prepare for the next era of world cooperation in space.
Hello, program Houston.
Roger, roll, Discovery. Houston is now controlling Discovery on its 20th trip to space. Discovery rolling on course for an orbit with the Mir space station. Mir currently half a world away above the Indian Ocean. Three engines on Discovery now throttling down to 2/3 throttle to prepare the spacecraft to pass through the area of maximum air pressure and go supersonic. Discovery already traveling 700 miles per hour, 2 miles northeast of the launch pad, altitude 4 miles. Discovery, go at throttle up.
Go at throttle up.
3 engines on Discovery are now back at full throttle. Discovery's speed is 1,100 miles per hour, 8 nautical miles above the launch pad, 6 nautical miles northeast of Kennedy Space Center. 1.5 minutes since launch, Discovery's already burned more than 2.25 million pounds of propellant and weighs less than half of what it did at launch. Discovery's altitude now 17 nautical miles, 15 nautical miles northeast of the Kennedy Space Center. Discovery traveling 2,800 miles per hour. Flight controller standing by for burnout and jettison of the twin solid rockets. Booster officer confirms a good separation and jettison of the twin solid rockets. Discovery now in its second stage, 3 main engines.
Discovery, 2-engine TOW. 2-engine TOW.
That call indicating that Discovery can now perform a transatlantic landing at sites in Spain and Morocco if required. However, all 3 engines operating well, all systems go.
Discovery, performance nominal.